Hatchlings, it's DragonFeather and welcome back to our channel. On today's episode of the YouTube Pagan Challenge, the question is, do you have a Book of Shadows or a grimoire? And the answer to this question is yes. I actually have many for different purposes and for different practices, so I thought I would share them all with you guys today and go over a little bit about the different ones I have and how I use them. So I guess we'll start with the first one. So this is my first Book of Shadows and is the first book I actually ever made myself. I attached a ribbon to it so you can close it up, and it's really old, guys. Like, this is from the beginning of my practice. Like, there's really not much written in the whole of it, but in the beginning there's a lot in here, and I actually created a font for it. So I really liked this. This was my Book of Shadows when I first started out. I was like, I want to say 14 or 15 when I made this, and now I usually just use it as scratch paper for spells or for rituals. I kind of use it as a place to plan things out that way. And then sometimes I'll tear pages out of it and actually use it for writing notes or something like that. So it's pretty much just like an old Book of Shadows that I use as like scratch paper almost. I don't know if that's bad, but I definitely do love this book, and it has been the inspiration for me to make more books in the future, like more so nowadays. So my next Book of Shadows or grimoire type thing is this journal right here, and I think I named this journal, let's see, I named this the Book of Creation. So this is basically just a book that I have that I used to write down all the things that I wanted to create, to write down my creative ideas, and to kind of write some spells. There's lots of spells in here. There's also pictures in here of me working rough draft sketches of a tarot deck that I'm actually making. So here are some of them. I really wanted to make a tarot deck for myself just because I've been really getting into tarot, and I really wanted to make a tarot deck that focused on dragon energies as well as fairies too, and more mythical creatures mostly. So it's been a lot of fun for me, although designing a Book of Shadows is a lot more complicated than I thought it would be. I think this one's actually supposed to be like this. So yeah, this is supposed to be the world, and I actually have painted some of it, but yeah, making a tarot deck is not an easy feat, you guys, and I didn't realize how long it would take me, and I still haven't even finished one full card yet, but I ended up getting this tarot deck from I ended up getting a tarot deck from the high priestess of my coven, and she was just giving it away because it said it was missing cards, and then one of the cards that it said was missing actually appeared in the deck, so there was only one card missing, but it came with other cards, so I decided to use that deck to paint on it to make it kind of like an art project and make my own tarot deck. So that's just kind of where that was, and then see, here's some more of them. Yeah, so just kind of a creative Book of Shadows. Here is a can you see it? Here's the outline of a spell jar that was on my crafting with cannabis. So there's just a lot. There's a lot of creative stuff in this one because it's the Book of Creation. So that's this journal. The next Book of Shadows type of thing that I have is actually this journal right here. And this particular journal I named the Book of Ideas. And so basically this has just been a place for me to write down all of my ideas, to write down anything that comes to me, any sort of thing like that I wanted to document. And a lot of YouTube videos have been in here. I have my breakdown of organizing my bathroom, turning it into a water shrine in here. I have just some little tiny journal entries. Here's a journal entry for my Kundalini awakening that I'm going to do a video on pretty soon here. And then there is just kind of more ideas that I'm having, some video ideas, using a lunar calendar. I was starting to write some crystals in here and then realized I'm going to need my whole own book for that. So there's that as well. So this is kind of just a place for me to jot down whatever's going on in my mind, and just kind of a place for me to do that. But it's actually full. Both of these journals are full, so I'm gonna need to get another one. So yeah, that's this book. And then the next book I have is this little one here that I made, and this is supposed to be a spell book for my Draconic spells, and I haven't written much in it yet. I'm still trying to figure out what spells and like how I want to organize the book, but I most definitely do want to put all my dragon spells in here and like all my dragon magic in here. Just really like simple spells, and then just kind of using it that way. It has these really cute charms on it. This one here was actually made for me by a friend. It has a piece of azurite in there, a little bell on it, and then it has like these feather chains that I use as bookmarks. And then I made this charm here. It has a little dragon on it. Can you see it? I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a little, no. It's like, yeah, there it is. There's a little dragon. So yeah, and then I'm currently actually making a real Book of Shadows that is supposed to be a part of a matching set of this one. I actually make Book of Shadows on my channel, on my Etsy store, and I decided to make one for myself, but this isn't actually the one that I'm making for myself. This is the size that I'm making for myself, and I'm currently working on a tutorial on how to do a DIY Book of Shadows, so that will be out hopefully soon. And I'm really excited because these books are really, really big and really, really nice to like get crafty with, as where the smaller ones are a little bit harder to write in. But this one is, I'm making one of this size that's just going to be for, you know, all of my witchy experiences, anything witchy related at all. So yeah, this one's actually available to purchase in my Etsy store, DragonFaeryCrafts. If you guys are interested, there will be a link down below. But yeah, this is the Galaxy Book of Shadows, and it's on sale for $35, so it's pretty cool, guys. My next one is this book. Now, this particular book is kind of like a rough draft, like Wiccan Book of Shadows, and on the inside it has like little folders, so it's kind of like a more modern Book of Shadows. And I have like different folders for different things, like this one's for, let me see. This one's for, this particular side is for divination, and then the blue one is for spells, and then the green one is going to be for herbs and crystals, and then the yellow one's going to be for correspondences and ritual, and then this one is just for like, and then the first one is just for like basic information and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. I have yet to use it more, but I really do enjoy it. I really do like the way that it came out, and so it's kind of unique and different to have like a binder type of Book of Shadows, so that's why I got it. So yeah, it's just like a rough draft Wicked Book of Shadows. And the next one I have is this book right here. This is my Draconic Book of Shadows, so it has basically all my Draconic knowledge in it, and it's more of an aesthetic type of book too, because I like take my time with the art inside. I know I've shared it on here before, I know there was a challenge for the YouTube Pagan Challenge about journals of my experience, and this one was on here too. So this one's just kind of like my Draconic Book of Shadows, and I'm still working on it. I still have a lot to do and a lot to you know, invest my time in, but it's all written in Dragon script. So it takes a long time to write this out. So it's kind of just like a slow but steady dedication to my Draconic practice, and I eventually want to like add entries for all of the dragon guardians, all the dragon gods, all like dragon magic that I've used, dragon rituals, all written in Dragon script. So it's gonna be quite a process to finish this thing, but I'm super excited and I absolutely adore this book. So that is that book. My second to last one is going to be this Book of Shadows. This is like my rough draft Book of Shadows that is basically just all of my magical experience, magical knowledge, things that I've written down. It has the Wiccan Reed in here and the Draconic ring code, and all of my experience with all sorts of different types of crafts. So like here's the Wiccan Reed, and I like wrote it in here. Here's some more of it, and then here's the Dragon ring code. And then what else do we have? We have the Dragon Ethics in here as well. So this is just a place for me to write down what I want to put into my Book of Shadows, and something that I can reference later, and something that I can write in without worrying about messing it up, because I know some of them are more like artsy and craftsy. So I also have like twin charm jars. These are some charm jars I made for my friend Kaleidoscope Eyes and her twin sister for their birthday. And then we have some notes in here, just some drawings that I did. So there's just some random stuff in here, and it kind of like is just all over the place, to be honest with you guys, but that's kind of how I like it. And then we have, oh yeah, we have some more names for addressing dragons in here, and we have my guardian dragon, and then we have witchy creation ideas. So it's kind of just like an all-around like rough draft book of shadows that I can just use to write down my ideas, that I can later put into like more aesthetic type books like this. So it's like I write it in here first to write it in this later, or to write it in my eventually the one that I'm making for myself later. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So stay tuned for those things. And then last we have my art journal, and I know this isn't necessarily considered like a book of shadows, but this is kind of like a book of shadows for my art. I know that's kind of like different or whatever, but like for me personally, like this particular book isn't just for art. Like I use it, like certain parts of it will be for like meditational painting, and like sometimes there are some pages in here filled with magic if you saw my art journal vlog part 1 of this, and it's basically supposed to look like a dragon touched it. Like it's supposed to look like a dragon got a hold of this and burned it, and that's kind of why it looks all old and beat up, but I actually painted the cover myself too. So it's really, really awesome. And then I basically just have some more things in here, and I actually think I want to read you something out of this. So when I was painting the cover of this book, and before I really did any sort of artsy in here at all, it was just me kind of like setting the intention of it being an art journal. While I was painting it, my boyfriend actually wrote a poem about me while I was painting it. Like at the same time, he was in the room watching me paint and wrote this poem about me, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So it says, "Dragon Guardian. She sat and cried while she painted, almost like she was painting her tears. Her true colors were showing, blue and green streaks of her covering the pages. It was beautiful but painful to watch. With every stroke, she shed a tear, but she knew there was hope. Artists always have this amazing skill of turning anything into art. This was desperation. This was a call for help. She needed her guardians more than ever now, but little did she realize she is a dragon guardian too." So I really liked that, and it really made me smile, because when I was painting the cover of this book, I was having a really hard time, and I basically was crying and painted some of my tears into the cover. Not like it was like, oh my gosh, my world is ending, but it was just like I was feeling emotion, and I was like expressing emotion through my art, and it really just kind of like made this book so magical, like, and the start of this book so magical. So I feel like I had to include it in this book. So in this video, excuse me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Pretty much whenever it comes to anything book related, I have so much to talk about. And I love creating books, and if you guys are interested, please go check out my Etsy store called DragonFaeryCrafts. The link will be down in the description box, and I basically make all sorts of witchy supplies, and I sell crystals too. I wish I could make crystals, that would be cool. But I also make like little tiny besoms, I make wands, I'm gonna put some more charm jars on there, and some hatchling jars that I've been working on. So if you guys are interested in any of those things, please go check out my Etsy store. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please leave a like and tell me why. And I challenge you guys to do the YouTube Pagan Challenge too. And if you are doing the YouTube Pagan Challenge, actually, leave it in the comment section below and let me know, because I'd love to go check out your guys' videos on this too. So yeah, but until next time, stay geeky, cheeky, and freaky little hatchlings. Blessed be, and bye. Hey hatchlings, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment telling me why, and subscribe to see what I'll post next. If you love my content, please become a sponsor over at Patreon. It helps keep the channel going so I can post awesome videos for you guys. All the links will be down below. But until next time, stay geeky, cheeky, and freaky little hatchlings. Blessed be, and peace!